Asteroid is a very old game, but you know, when I was playing it one day, I thought, this game needs buses. So here we go, I'm gonna make this game in a week. Asteroid, but with buses. Day 1, the first day I have to make this game. I firstly got the player moving and the asteroids to work. They fly across the screen and you have to dodge them. And then I got some score system, which now is working, and look, the score gets bigger the more you survive. And then I got the bars. So in this game I've added these big bars that come up. When they come up, they have gaps, and you have to go through the gaps. I don't know, it's an extra challenge. I don't know why I added them, they were just an idea that popped into my head, so I added them. Next was the slower, bigger asteroids. So these asteroids are bigger and they are slower. Yes. And they come out at later score. Then I grabbed my high score system from another game and placed it into this game. So yeah, the high score system is working. You can see a high score, later score. And of course you can see these scores on the title screen, which actually looks really good. I think it's an amazing title screen I've just made, but I mean, just look at it. And yeah, of course I called the game Space Run. It's to trick any players. I think that this is a usual space game. I hope no other game's called Space Run. I added money so you can buy stuff to the shop that I'm going to add tomorrow. And I got buttons for the home screen so you can go from the home screen to the shop. And to reset your progress right there. Yeah, that works actually. Holy crap, it's good. And this game, progress is going really well. I'm really happy with how it's going. So this is going good. We're doing great. Time to make the whole shop in a day. Yes, I'm not crazy. I'm just trying to get progress done. So I first made the player was able to buy upgrades from the shop with the money that they have collected, for playing, So they were able to buy stuff like more lives, increased speed, they could unlock the dash. Every game has a thing you can buy that's completely useless. So I made the gold player, which is useless except that he changes the player's sprite to be gold. I mean, he's kind of cool, I really like him. I don't think it's worth 10,000 money, but yeah, okay. Next was to unlock laser, which you could allow the player to shoot. So there was also some small changes I made today, like the score effect, which would come up every time you got score. As when you shot an asteroid, you get some score from it. And this was actually very painful, as I needed to create the object and set its index from the other object I'm creating it from. So that was painful, but I did it with a variable that actually somehow worked. So the variable is called info, and info is equal to the instance I created, and then I set the info image index into whatever I needed. So that worked. Now this game was also meant to have three more actually, things you could buy, but I didn't get that done today, so yes, day 2, I'm already behind, dang it. Though day 3 is worse, because I only added the rocket and the power-ups, which you're able to buy from the shop, of course. So this took forever, because the rockets needed to be able to home, as that was a second upgrade, so they would home towards the asteroids. So many bugs came from that. That was so long, because, it would follow the asteroids out of the screen, which would show that they weren't instantly destroyed, because I was lazy and I didn't want to make a new variable on each object that when it got into the screen, it wouldn't destroy itself, but when it got out, it would, and it wouldn't destroy itself when it was already out of the screen at the start. And this sounds all complicated, but it was so annoying. I had to redo all my code and lots of parts. Glad that one is done. And the power-ups also took forever, as I had to do 3 different objects in one object. But the drone strike is pretty cool though, I mean, look at that. Day 4 was even less progress done, yes. Now, the asteroids, like an asteroid, break into small pieces, I mean, that's good. Or they come into little tiny asteroid missiles, so that's what happens. And I added a firework effect when you bought something from the shop, because I needed that. I also added the first 2 buses to the game, so when you get up to score, I don't know, a very high score, the game will basically pause and then a giant bus will come through. I don't know why I wanted this game to have buses, but there you go, the first bus. First bus goes in basically a straight line up the screen, and the second bus goes in a curved pattern, which is shown by a draw command that I legit found on that day. I did not know that command existed before this day. So yes, the bus image is really cool. I basically grabbed an image from Google and I made it simpler and like the style of the game, and there we go. The buses are really cool. I really like them. They are probably some of the best things in this game so far. Now, before we go on to day 5, I just want to say something about how you can play the game, because right now the game is not able to be downloaded as I haven't uploaded it yet, because I want to add more features like more hazards, bosses, and achievements. So if this video gets I don't know, what's an impossible goal, 500 likes, then I will update this game and upload it sooner rather than later. Day 5, and it's the first boss. So he is called the Bus Man. Yes, this game needs a boss, because like I always say, which you guys probably never heard me say, is every good game should have a boss battle. So here he is, and he is amazing. He looks so good. I mean, look at him. He's like a stick figure with a bus on his head, with eyes, of course. So yes, that's great. This is exactly how I imagined him. And he gets harder with less health, so that's pretty good. So there were many bugs with him, but I got them fixed, and he actually feels like a professional boss made by someone that's not me. I'm not a professional game maker here, But this boss looks professional. So his battle is, the singer come up to the bottom of the screen and then he touches them and then they shoot up. So you have to dodge those. I mean, it looks pretty good. That this boss, with his movement and his awesomeness and his greatness, is probably the best boss I've ever made. He's challenging, he's fun to verse, I think, at least. And he's just great with the game, he fits it so well. One problem was, after the boss man was defeated, the bosses would not spawn after he died. This took forever, and I didn't get it fixed actually. But I'm right now using my score and a boss variable to fix this right now. Also, I added the third and last boss, which shoots projectiles at the player. I do not know why I said this now. I really should have said it before, but no, I don't know. Boss man, he's just too great. Day 6 is another boss. So this boss is called the monster bus. Trucks should not be the only vehicle to have a monster in front of them, so this bus is going to be the first ever monster bus. So here he is. He's basically a giant bus that has a creepy eye and a mouth full of sharp, pointy teeth. The eye looks so realistic. Now to the boss fight, actually. He has 3 attacks, unlike the other one who just had 1 attack. So his first attack is bite. The second attack for him is to that he'll spawn one of the 3 bosses, which is kind of cool. I mean, look at this, took forever to get done, but now his mouth actually opens, and yeah. And the third one is that he will shoot and lays out his eye, which actually made bigger later in the game, but right now it's just a small little thing. This again took me the whole day to finish because as I tested it, he was sometimes just completely broken. Like, I had no clue why he was broken. I had to find it out. This was painful. Like, look at this one and this one. They're both different breaking images, and I don't know why he's doing this and where's he going and what. For example, the first one was that he flew right out of the room because I centered him instead of not centering him, and then his height was too high. But other than that, after getting all the bugs fixed, I really like this boss. He looks really good. He is scary and kind of really what I wanted. So yeah, thumbs up for this boss. I don't know if he's better than the boss man. I think they're even. They're both pretty good bosses. So tell me which one you think is better in the comments. Do you think it's boss man or monster boss? I don't know. They're both pretty awesome for me, at least. Day 7, and this whole day was meant to be on sounds and music, but yeah, that's all for another roof. As at the start of the day, I added a bus mode, which basically skipped the asteroid section of the game. I added this because when I was sleeping on day 6 or 7, I was thinking there should be a bus mode so you don't have to keep repeating the game, will that get really annoying. So there you go, bus mode done. Now, with the sounds, I again threw those out until the end of the day because I got someone to test the game, and I found so many things I need to fix. Some examples were that the rockets were way too powerful, so I nerfed the damage of them. The power-ups now will never have a 1 in 10 chance of spawning, which is just dumb. They now show when the alarm finishes, so yeah, you always get some. That means that upgrade is not useless, and I also made that each bus of the normal buses have 3 difficulties, which spiced up the gameplay a lot. Next was to actually add sounds, but next I added was option screen because I wanted to add configurable sound and music, which took forever because the modern font didn't work, so it wouldn't show up, but when I used another font it did. So I don't know why the modern font was horrible, but yeah, get rid of that modern font. Now there's 2 ways to do sounds in GameMaker. There's one of them is that there is, you use complex and you have more control and it's more advanced and you should really use that one. Well, the other one is simpler. Somewhat the simpler one because I'm not doing much effort on this game, but it's a week. I then used SFXR to get lots of sounds for the game. So I didn't have enough time to do the music today, so this is now a week and a day challenge. Day 8, this should have been done yesterday, but now I have 1 more day, so yes, and I'm so happy this is the last day. We've done so much in this game already. We've got everything that we really need for a game except for music. So all I had to do today was get 5 songs to the game. So these songs were made in this order: Busman theme, title screen theme, monster bus theme, bus theme when there was just a bus game, and the asteroid thing where it was just asteroids. So these songs aren't the best, but they're fine for the game. Anyone in the comments that want to make me better music for this game, I'm all ears. Yeah. Anyway, so back to the thing. I had a huge problem with the sounds. Was of course the global sound volume, which I was using to make so the bars could be moved. Only had 1 version, and if you did some little sound, it would overcomplicate the first sound, and this is all complicated. But basically, I needed to make this huge piece of code that would basically set what each sound of the volume was every time you clicked on those dials. So painful, but it's done. So that's good. Yeah. So now the sounds go down, and they're not going down like 50%, isn't half because of how GameMaker works, but I don't care. So yeah, that's how I made a game in a week that has asteroids and buses. So what could you ask for more? Again, if you want this game to come out sooner rather than later, give this video a like and subscribe to see more of these awesome videos about games that are made in space, because this is the space game dev. Yes. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. On the screen, you're able to click on some future devlog videos that I will upload in the future. So there's one on the right, pretty great one, and the one on the left is also pretty great. I would advise clicking both of them once they're out, of course. Alright, bye.